因此，这是非常讲到的信息，对我们来说去理解主现在目前对讲坛说什么话，我们来理解这一点。第7节，神说，他大声说。
He's saying that when you proclaim the eternal gospel, you must proclaim it aloud with a loud voice.
当你传讲永远福音的时候，你必须要大声的说，大声说。
Meaning without fear.
意味着不要胆怯，
without influence of other people, other things.
并且不要受到其他人、其他事情的影响。
That's what he's trying to raise there.
这是为什么在这强调的这一
And when
点。
he's saying proclaim aloud,
大声说，大声说。
he's also saying it must be transmitted with power.
这也意味着带着能力、带着大能而传讲。
Chapter 1 from verse 7 says, "Don't leave Jerusalem until you have power."
有没有记得使徒行传1章7节？如果你们受到能力之前呢，受到能力之前不要离开耶路撒冷。
So that you are now with capacity to represent me.
你们必须要等到这个受到这个能力之后才能离开，不然的话不可能代表我。你在这谈的内容很多。
And he said, verse 7, he said in a loud voice,
他大声说
"Fear God,
应当敬畏神，
give him glory,
将荣耀归给他，
because the hour of his judgment has come."
因他施行审判的时候已经到
So
了。
when it's time for the Lord now, it's time for the Lord to give us the components of the eternal gospel.
因此现在到了时间，主愿意给我们这组成永远福音的内容的时候，
The Lord Almighty gives us in the order of priority.
主全能者按照优先次序来给我们的。
He says
他说，
that when you deliver the eternal gospel,
当你传讲永远福音的时候，
that is your role as a pastor.
这就是你的角色了，牧师们。
To proclaim the eternal gospel.
这是呼召你来传讲这永远福音的。
The Lord is saying that the pulpit is the most important institution on the earth.
主说，讲坛就是地上最重要的机构。
Because only at the pulpit does the message of Yahweh get transmitted.
因为只有主的讲坛才可以传讲主的信息。
And that only the message of the Lord has power to convert mortal men, take them into the glorious kingdom of God.
并且唯有主的信息才有能力改变这会死的人，把他们改变成属于神国度的神，永远的。
Serious power.
属于神国度的
We
人，
cannot purchase eternity with money.
我们不可能用金钱来买下来这
That's
永
why
恒的。
this is very serious.
这是为什么？这是非常的强
And
大
that's。why he's saying here
这是为什么他在这儿说，
that when he begins to proclaim, the angel has come from the presence of God.
当他开始传讲的时候，这位天使是从神的同在中出来的。
He must have been glorious.
肯定的，你可以看得到，他是变荣耀的。
Appear before the presence of God, you must be glorious.
当你要出现在主面前的话，你必须要变荣耀。
If anybody tells you they have been before the Lord,
任何一个他跟你说他是曾经从主的
they have met
同在中
God
出来
in the
的，
throne or in the presence of the Lord,
他在宝座是见过神，或者他跟主的同在中
they
出来了
must，look like this.
他必须要像这样的
So。you can imagine,
因此你可以想象，
it must have been very clear to everybody on the earth, it must be very clear to them that the angels have come from the presence of God.
对地上的所有的人来说，这是非常清楚的。这位天使是从神的同在中出来的，因此他说，
This is involving another time. This scripture involves the time of the tribulation. But because it's handling the eternal gospel, the same gospel, is irrelevant right now.
其实这段经文处理的时间段就是灾难大灾难里头，可是其中的内容，
handling the eternal gospel,
因为他现在处理这永远的福
that
音，
is our point of reference. It's the same gospel.
因为这是个统一的、不可能更改的福音，所以对你来说也是非常这个
That
符
when you
合
proclaim the eternal
分享
gospel,
的。当你传讲永远福音的时候
in，the order of priority,
按照优先的次序，
the eternal gospel must deliver some things to the land, to the people.
永远的福音必须要传递给这土地中的人们的，全地中的人们的内容就是赐给教会的内容就是。 按照优先地位的次序。
The eternal gospel must deliver the fear of God.
永远的福音必须要传递给教会敬畏神的事情。
We have a point of reference for our